My sister told me to leave my own apartment so she could stay there, but she had no idea I'd been preparing for this day. Have you ever gotten a text message so outrageous that you had to read it 3 times just to make sure you weren't imagining it? Because that's exactly what happened to me. I was standing in the frozen food aisle of a supermarket, trying to decide which dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets my 8-year-old son would like best, when my phone buzzed. It was my sister. We need your apartment this weekend. Blake's family is visiting. You can stay at a hotel. Not. Can we borrow your place? Not. Would you mind helping us out? It wasn't a request. It was an order. I stared at my phone in disbelief. Who tells someone to leave their own home so they can move in? I replied with one simple sentence. No. A few seconds later, another message appeared. Too late. Mom gave me your spare key. We're already on our way. My stomach dropped. Years earlier, after my divorce, I'd given my mom an emergency key to my apartment. What I didn't know was that she'd secretly copied it and given one to my sister. Suddenly, everything made sense. The missing groceries, the furniture that kept getting moved, the drawers I was sure I'd closed. Every time I questioned it, my sister laughed and said she'd just stopped by. Now I knew how. And honestly, the worst part wasn't that she'd been entering my apartment. It was that my entire family acted like I was the unreasonable one for caring. The last time I complained, my mom said, families shouldn't need permission. My dad told me to stop turning a small issue into a crisis. But 6 days earlier, without telling anyone, I'd done something that would completely change what happened next. With my landlord's approval, I replaced the old deadbolt with a brand new smart lock. There was no keyhole anymore. No physical key could open that door, and nobody in my family knew. I texted my sister again. You cannot stay in my apartment. I'm not giving you permission. She replied instantly. Aaron, stop being dramatic. You don't even have your son this weekend. Then another message. We're 10 minutes away. For a moment, I panicked. I imagined 8 people dragging suitcases into my apartment, sleeping in my son's room, going through my closets, using my things, leaving me to pay for a hotel in my own city. Then I remembered. The lock. I opened the app on my phone. Front door. Secured. No guest access. No temporary codes. I smiled for the first time all afternoon. Then I texted my sister. Mom's key doesn't work anymore. I replaced the lock. There was a long pause. Then, you changed it without telling us. It's my apartment. That's unbelievably selfish. Selfish. Part 2. That word had followed me my entire life. Apparently, saying no to my family made me selfish. So I decided everyone deserved to know what was really happening. I opened our family group chat. Just so everyone knows, Mallory is bringing 8 people to my apartment after I told her no. She also has a copied key I never gave her permission to have. Almost immediately, my mom replied, Aaron, don't create a scene. Family helps family. My dad added, you're alone this weekend. Just stay in a hotel. I couldn't believe what I was reading. To them, I wasn't a person. I was just someone whose home they could borrow whenever it was convenient. Then my phone vibrated. Motion detected at front door. I opened my security camera. There they were. My sister, her husband, their kids, his parents, his younger brother and fiancé. 8 people, standing outside my apartment with luggage stacked all over the hallway. My sister confidently pulled an old silver key from her purse. She looked around for the keyhole. There wasn't one. Her husband tried the handle. Locked. She knocked loudly. My phone started ringing. I ignored it. A text came through instead. Give me the code. You're embarrassing me. Instead of replying, I started a video call in the family group chat. One by one, everyone joined. My sister's face filled the screen, red with anger. Aaron, open the door. Right now. I held up my phone so everyone could see the live camera feed. Then I calmly said, no, this is my home. I already told you no. You showed up anyway with a key you were never supposed to have. The locks have been changed, and there will never be a code for you. My mom immediately started talking about family. My dad suggested hotels. My sister kept yelling. I waited until they finished. Then I said one final thing. I'm finishing my shopping. If any of you are still outside my apartment when I get home, I'm calling the police for attempted unlawful entry. My landlord already has the paperwork for the new lock. The security cameras are recording everything. Then, I hung up. For a few long seconds, nobody moved. Finally, my sister's husband grabbed the suitcases. The children complained. His parents looked completely embarrassed. My sister glared directly into the security camera one last time, then turned around and walked away. I finished buying my son's dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, drove home, and for the first time in years, my apartment truly felt like my home again.